kick to the gut. I like it.
Yo, you know what we have served up for you lunch today? We got some good old-fashioned wrestling. It's Mr. Young.
And it's Foreign in the building, coming off hot from another meeting to this and to another meeting after that, bro. I gotta send me some wrestling, bro.
Yeah, Foreign is like making big moves. Foreign is hustling. And the best part is, you get to hustle in your casual wears. Yeah, I love it.
Bro, Foreign is all elite. I don't like.
Oh, what? Hey, don't like that. That's the last company you want to be working for, metaphorically, okay? That one, the head don't know what they're doing.
Oh my god, so funny. The reason why I say that was because if you follow our Discord, and please join our Discord for further discussions.
Yeah.
I actually sent a photo of my boss to the Discord. He looks eerily similar to Tony Khan, bro.
Hopefully he knows what he's doing better than Tony Khan and his booking, lah.
Yeah, he's good. So it's all good. It's just that he's been very busy. He's just started a new job. So this is our new timing going forward, hopefully. So I hope you guys can hop on board and kind of get this into your normal routine. Tuesdays, lunchtime, yeah?
Hey, nothing better than lunch together with your boys, your podcast boys. Let's say hi to Rishi, Diff Royalty, what's up? Wonder Boy is in the house. Let's go. Jason, how you doing, man? What's going on, everybody? Good to see everybody.
Thank you so much for joining us at our new time. Just nice, fresh, live right out of Raw, right? Raw just finished a couple of hours ago.
Unfortunately, you've been busy, I've been busy. We haven't been able to catch up on Raw. I mean, we've eyeballed some of the results, but nothing really groundbreaking. It's all a lead up to this weekend's Extreme Rules lah.
I'm not sure what was the main event, but I did saw some clips of Daniel Cormier making an appearance on Raw, kind of.
He did so, via like a video call, that kind of thing, right? And I guess, he's a bit of a busy fella, too expensive to get him down there in person. So, okay lah, never mind, show up on the video screen, also can.
I mean, 3 hours, maybe they just don't want to pay so much money. Like the advertising money want to go to somewhere else, huh? You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Rishi says, what's Foreign doing now, bro?
Okay, so I tell you all here, exclusive for all our listeners who are all 5 of you that is here right now before everyone else comes in. So I'm now heading the editorial team in Property Guru Singapore. Yeah, so like if you see, if you want to buy, so remember, I got inspired lah because previously our sponsor is Nick Butt, right?
Oh yes.
Who's a real estate agent, real estate professional. So previously I was writing for entertainment and media and news, and that's how I met Mr. Young in our previous company. And then I realized I gotta follow where the money goes, So apparently writing for property is where the money is lah. So
you sold out.
Bro, you know why or not?
Why?
I gotta go corporate, right? So I can level up my equipment to be same level as Mr. Young. They're same level already.
So what you're saying is this is corporate Foreign in the house.
Yeah, man, this is corporate Kane.
Are you going to drop the corporate elbow, be the corporate champion?
Oh my god, yeah. Before The Rock became the people's champ, he had to become the corporate champion first, bro.
He had to heal it up and, establish himself. Also, at the same time, I mean, you talk about that, right? Honestly, the truth of the matter is, they needed a top heel because there was only one top face. There was no room for 2 top faces.
That's why. So basically, essentially, right, I had to turn heel on my company, right, and go to somewhere where the prospects was gonna go. If not, I'm gonna stay in my position. I was like, let's put it this way, lah. In my previous company, I was like stone cold in WCW. A good hand. People like my work, but I was never gonna go to the top of the card.
Now you're going to the moon, bro. Everything we can link to wrestling, lah.
Bro, life is literally wrestling, bro. I tell you, next time you got problems at work, bro, you just use a wrestling metaphor, put it on the podcast. People will understand also. Right?
Bro, there's so many wrestling metaphors you and I have discussed off air, things we cannot say out in public, but yeah.
It's very funny. If we ever have a copy session, if we ever do like a Q&A live podcast to get people, we can talk about how we met and like our work stuff. And every time we complain to each other about life, right? We always somehow link it back to wrestling.
Bro, wrestling is life for life. It's not just NWO for life. It's wrestling for life. Put it up, bro. Put it up,
man.
Let's go.
You know what Mr. Kennedy used to say, bro?
What?
Wrestling is real. People are fake.
Oh, bro, that's so deep. Bro.
Hashtag deep in the fields.
Deep in the fields. Okay, so Jason says Property Guru versus Oh My Home, Forbidden Door match. Oh my god.
Oh dear god.
Okay,
that's funny.
So when Property Guru going to sponsor the podcast?
Bro, Loki. First of all, in the future, I need to get video voiceover. I go find you freelancer. Then after that, can select a bit. Then property guru sponsor kick to the guy. Wow, die liao.
Hey, that's it already. That's it. Next level.
Settle.
Shit. All right, let's go. Okay. Let's talk about wrestling then. So we got Extreme Rules that's coming up this Saturday in the US, which means Sunday morning for us, right? Okay. First of all, are you feeling this new Sunday morning pay-per-view? Like, do you enjoy this new timing that the WWE has for us?
It's great for us, I think, personally.
Yeah.
But I wonder how it is for the Americans because they have, for them it's Friday night, right? Technically.
No, Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, historically, isn't Saturday night always much better? Because Sunday night, the day after you're going to work, what?
Correct. But there's always been like sort of this big fight feel, Sunday night fights. And Sunday night, you're at home. You don't go out because you can't go out late, right? Saturday night, people go out, go clubbing, they have a life. But I don't know.
They have a life.
Yeah, maybe they're banking on the fact that they know their audience know, like, yo, nothing to do lah, stay at home and watch lah.
Oh my god. I mean, you say it like that. So, mister, you also had a life over the weekend. What? Weren't you all the way partying the last 3 days?
That's true. So if they did a pay-per-view this weekend during the Singapore Grand Prix, and if it was on like a Sunday morning, I would have missed it because there would be no time for it. I would have had to, watch it later. So, but anyway, we got AEW doing pay-per-views on Sunday night. They are still holding steady to that time slot. So it is what it is lah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Actually, I don't mind AEW having the traditional pay-per-view model because I think that sets them apart because, they don't have to compete with WWE for that space. It'll be interesting once they go to streaming though.
Yes, until the big boys at HBO at Discovery, they're like, okay, now we're going to absorb your content into our streaming platform, tada! And now, so it's like almost even playing field against the WWE, right?
Yes, correct. Because I feel the future is still streaming. Once like a HBO, one of these big conglomerates kind of absorbs AEW under their house, then you know whether, with this opportunity, whether they can really put on the best product possible.
But once they go streaming, right, it's going to be like blood and swearing all the time. Confirm. Because they're like, okay, now we're streaming, just slap an M18 on it. Like, nobody really cares.
Yeah, I mean, they already got the subscribers. The subscribers are already there.
Yeah.
It's whether they just randomly choose to click on AEW and get hooked and become a new fan.
That will be interesting. But today is not going to be an AEW heavy show. And to be honest, after the CM Punk drama, right? And okay, I guess we will talk a little bit about AEW. Have the last 2 weeks been kind of meh to you on AEW programming? Like, it's like they're rebuilding phase almost.
I know it's meh, and I can pinpoint exactly why it's meh.
Okay, go.
One word. Wheeler Utah. Okay, that's 2 words.
Bro, why are you throwing everything on the poor Steve Blackman Jr., huh?
Okay, you know why or not? You got the hottest name in pro wrestling coming back to pro wrestling.
Yeah.
First person you put him up against, Wheeler Utah.
Look, nothing against his in-ring work, right? But that's exactly it. He's the most boring, bland, and no name value fella there. Like, whatever Wheeler Utah and Daniel Garcia are doing backstage, like, do they have some blackmail material? Why are they on our screens all the time? I hate to say it, but they're not main event talents. They do not belong at the top of the hour at the main event. Yeah, slowly build them, have them work with the big names. I don't know if this is their way of elevating Wheeler Utah, but this is not the time. You're still elevating MJF.
Yeah, I know the arguments are like, okay, he's a placeholder feud before MJF goes over to Moxley. Moxley got to fight Hangman Page for some reason. Honestly, why don't you just scrap all that? Give them a 5-week build to Moxley and MJF for full gear.
What about Wardlow? Wardlow is still running around with his title. I mean, they have history. Now, no, Wardlow is in a tag team with Samoa Joe.
For no reason at all.
Yeah, both of them holding titles that mean nothing. So they are the champions of who cares.
Like I wish they even put MJF like in the Austin Theory spot when Austin Theory was being pushed, he came back, right? Everyone and their mother was targeting him.
Yeah, because he has the chip, right?
Yeah, so why isn't there anyone standing up to MJF? Why don't Hangman Page actually stand up to MJF in character? Because that's his person, right? That's how he is being portrayed. I will stand up and defend AEW. Why not defend him from from MJF, that's also a great storyline in my opinion.
F him lah. Jason says Utah and MJF have existing heat and chemistry. First of all, no, they have no chemistry. Because Utah is boring as fuck, and nobody cares. This is the biggest gripe I have with AEW. They only bother about catering to the inside fans, the hardcore, the diehards.
Okay,
no. Yeah,
Wheeler Utah tries hard. Like you
No,
can
he does,
tell
yeah.
his promos, especially the one in Philadelphia he did last week. He is working hard on his promos. But there's one problem with him lah.
Yeah.
If he got a good menacing face. I don't deny. But right, the moment he opened his mouth, right, bro, his voice, right, like Donald Duck,
Bro, Steve Blackman has more chemistry and charisma and intimidation factor than him, okay?
Is Steve Blackman on helium and undersized? Hey, why not just get Steve Blackman? He's way scarier.
Look, my big issue right now, and we bring up like why are they in the situation they are? You take out CM Punk, you take out quote unquote like them or hate them, take the Young Bucks out, you take Omega out, right? They have not built in the 3 years. They have not built, other than MJF, a legitimate main eventer. Chris Jericho was already a main eventer. Bryan Danielson was already a main eventer, and you've arguably pushed Bryan Danielson down. In fact, he has little to no heat right now, right? Chris Jericho has been doing a lot of comedy nonsense, and as much as I love Chris, I'm a big fan. This is Chris Jericho with no Vince McMahon telling him what works, what doesn't work, or just holding him back. This is him just throwing anything and everything at the wall. So now you're starting to see, right? Like, okay, maybe he is also another one of those guys that maybe needs a bit of pulling back.
Yeah, exactly. And remember last time we always hear stories about how Chris Jericho always gonna shit on by Vince.
Yeah.
Like Vince always when he put the title on Chris Jericho, he's like, well, the business is going down the drain when you put it on Jericho.
Yeah.
So I think Vince's abrasive personality kind of tempers a bit of that
Nonsense.
because Jericho has this need to put himself over all the time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Even though he tries to put the rub on people, but the way he puts the rub is really not a selfless, like Dolph Ziggler is a selfless kind of put people over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He still need to put his shit in, still needs to come across looking good. And it's tough lah.
Yeah, it is very tough. So back to my point. There are no new main eventers. In the 3 years they've worked with, there's, once again, Moxley, not an AEW original. So they've built nobody. Wardlow, they tried. Look where they are with him. Name me another main eventer, AEW original, that's not MJF.
Bro, the problem is, right, they didn't try with Wardlow. Yep. Wardlow got the push with MJF. The moment MJF left, they didn't try with Wardlow.
They don't know what to do. It's best booker of 2022. Okay, let's not talk too much about AEW. We need to wrap up in an hour and a half. So let's jump down to the actual business. Okay, do you want to do SPW or do you want to do Extreme Rules first? If we go chronologically, because SPW's Cream of the Crop happens this Friday, by the way. If you got tickets, hey, it's going to be fun, man.
Yes, for sure. So Cream of the Crop is their second last show of the year.
Yeah.
We've got some insider news. Insider news, because if you are keeping up with local wrestling, Singapore Pro Wrestling, this is actually their 10th year anniversary since the promotion first started, 2012. So it promises to be big things in the horizon.
Yeah.
Because they so you have to go to Cream of the Crop to kind of know what they're setting up, for the end of the year show.
Let's just say it's something big, and I'm not talking about big T big. I'm talking about big, big, big.
Yeah, man, for sure, big. So we'll definitely try to hook and try to catch Statement whenever he's free to come up by the podcast and kind of give us updates. So watch this space right after Cream of the Crop, or watch Cream of the Crop whenever you can to kind of see what developments that they have. So let's jump right into the card.
Before we do the card, I want to address Nex, who jumped into chat saying, I feel Daniel Garcia is the next upcoming main eventer. I feel Nex, you might be drunk. Okay, I'm kidding. But no, bro. Maybe in 10 years, but the next up and coming, nah, bro. Nah.
He has great qualities for sure.
Yeah. No, nobody's doubting their in-ring talents. But in terms of being the next main eventer, there are 1,000,001 people I can see in front of him. Okay?
Yeah. Bro, okay, like for example, Bryan Danielson was a great wrestler even in 2005. But if you put him in WWE, he would never have been a main eventer then.
Nope. Nope.
He needed like 9 years of seasoning.
Yeah.
So
It's
maybe 9 years
time. Yeah. Well, it's time, it's space, and it's a lot of luck as well. You know, like Daniel, like, for example, like you brought up Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, right? He was in the perfect place at the perfect time where the fans really wanted that underdog, like talented wrestler archetype to be the guy. If it wasn't him in that spot, it could have been somebody else, right?
Yeah. Daniel Garcia could be a main eventer, but not before Ricky Starks, not
Yep.
before Will
Hobbs,
Hobbs, not
yep.
before. Honestly, I think Darby Allin needs to have a main event run before Daniel Garcia, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's another guy we can say they've completely wasted. He had his moments, and then after that, it's all up in the air. And anyway, let's move on from. We keep bringing out AEW, crying out loud, guys. All right, let's jump into SPW's stuff. So, okay, big matches this Friday, cream of the crop, 7th of October, the Singapore Championship. The Butcher Man, look at that photo, though, of the Butcher Man.
Love that photo, man.
Butcher Man versus Big T. You see Big T's face, is like almost in reaction to Butcher Man's cleavy.
Yeah, for sure. I can't remember the name of the previous pay-per-view that we weren't able to attend, but this match was set up because of that. I remember Big T was like attacking referee Sodiq and like making a huge hoo-ha, and it was Butcher Man that kind of had to like stand up for the situation. So yeah, it's gonna be a grudge match.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun too. Let me just read. Is there any stipulation? No. Okay, so this is a classic one-on-one match.
Yeah. Okay. So like my curiosity is like now that Big T a bit lose weight, but then now the Butcher Man the size got there, so they're kind of almost the same size. You know, it's really literally two interesting behemoths. So we got, it's another horse match.
It's a horse fight.
SPW have horses, man.
Oh yeah. Talking about, well, okay, some might not consider him a horse, but dude is jacked. Shaukat is making an appearance at SPW, so this is big news. I wonder what he has to say.
I wonder, is there anything to do with APEC? Because APEC also might have some collaboration, or because they're in the middle of that tournament, remember?
Yes.
Crowned their first ever APEC champion.
And it says here, by the way, Jake DeLeon and Ken Warren will be down as well.
Yes. So Jake DeLeon is from it's a Philippine Pro Wrestling, right?
Yep.
So they have their pro wrestling promotion. Div Royalty said is the match for the SPW championship.
Singapore title. Yes, it is.
Yes, so it's their mid-card title. So title on the line as well.
There you go. Okay, so Shaukat will be here. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then this is interesting. Okay, do you know much about Poppy?
Oh, of course. So Poppy is one of the female wrestlers in APEC Wrestling. So everyone knows Diana, Diana Phoenix, right?
Phoenix, yes.
Yeah, so Poppy is also apparently like pretty well known in the scene. I think she, don't quote me if I'm wrong, she's a air stewardess or former air stewardess, and she used to train when she's back in Malaysia, train and fly. I mean, like, that's the kind of girl you want, man. She can fly, she can train, classy, but very vicious in the ring as well. So it's very nice to see Alexis Lee finally have a female wrestling match. Because this whole year, I think she's been wrestling with guys, right? Tag teaming with guys as well.
Exactly. So yeah, it's awesome that she finally gets like an actual match that she can, show up and show out.
Malaysia versus Singapore as well. So I don't know what APEC connection that could be.
Right. A few people in chat have mentioned the only Poppy they know is like the singer Poppy. No, not a different Poppy, not the NXT Poppy.
Yeah, not the Io Shirai Poppy, guys.
Yeah. They need to get her. She's great. Yeah, they need to get her back to sing some Io Shirai songs. Okay, here we go. Shaukat and the Oh, that's why Shaukat is going to be here. He's going to be in a tag team match with Statement versus the PWOGs. Or the Philippine Wrestling OGs, I guess.
So I guess this is one of the blockbuster matches. So it's like a tag team between the Singapore and Malaysia OGs versus this is really Southeast Asian's finest at its best, huh?
Yeah, this is going to be a hard-hitting match.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man.
Looking forward to this one. Okay, and we also, let me just scroll up. Interesting. Dr. Gore is back officially.
Ooh, okay.
Well, so I mean, there's no love lost between the good doctor and us here on Kick to the Gut, as you may remember from seasons ago.
Yeah, for sure, man. I don't know whether he wants to renew that beef or not, but Dr. Gore back in pro wrestling. So I'm hoping that his injuries have kind of like cleared up. a clean slate of mind. So I don't know what's going to happen with Dr. Gore back in SPW. Remember, Butcherman
Yep.
alone in these last few years has become a single star, right?
Yeah. So
So-
is this sort of a resurgence for Dr. Gore? How is he going to do as a singles without, Butchman and everything? We'll see. And of course, he's going up against Bryson Blade on this one.
Yeah, Bryson Blade. So Bryson Blade is apparently the new age dark character that SPW have.
Looks like some modern Mortal Kombat character with the mask and everything.
You know, a bit like Jimmy Havoc, bro. Remember Jimmy Havoc?
Oh my god, please don't compare him to Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah. He's like a skinnier Winter Soldier from
Right.
the wrestling matches that I've seen. He's cool.
Mhm.
I remember when I watched him, at that time I brought my girlfriend for the show, SPW's Homecoming. She commented, she's like, he never grew out of his emo face, this guy.
Do we ever? All right, let's move on. Big Good Jack versus Craven. The Craven is the Aussie guy, right?
Yes, that's Craven.
Nice.
Seen this guy work before. Solid wrestler. He has a great size as well, and he's very athletic. He can do high flying stuff as well. So I'm gonna have a great match, man. These two of them together.
All I can see on Big Good Jack, right, is that he's been suntanning with his glasses on. Look at the glasses tan. That's all I can see. Like he looks like he got a nice tan going on, and then you can see the glasses line. Hey, I know all about sunglass tan, okay? Being a specky myself.
You see this guy with this dark skin?
Even all the way. No worries.
Even all the way. No have to worry. Black is beautiful. Brown is beautiful.
Once you go brown, you never turn around.
Oh, once you go down, you gotta stay down. That didn't make sense, but sure.
Once you go down, you wear the crown.
Ooh.
Bro, once the violins play, all of a sudden, hey, I can cut a better promo than Marina Shafir, apparently.
Bro, I'm pretty sure you can. It's a very low bar to play.
Once the violin plays, the violence stays. Okay, anyway, Slay, whatever lah. Yeah, Craven does have quite a look, so this is going to be a fun one. Oh, by the way, SPW is, this event anyway, their Cream of the Crop is sponsored by NBCB. I haven't tried their burgers, okay? NBCB means nothing but cheeseburgers.
Oh, not boy.
Not the bad word. But apparently, so the story about NBCB is very interesting, right? The guy who owns it, during the pandemic, his wife really craved cheeseburgers, so he made cheeseburgers for her. Then she was like, wow, these are so good, you should set up your own stall. And there you go. Now they have a stall. I wanted to grab an NBCB before the F1 because we were at the Somerset MRT station, right? I think is it 3-on-3 or Orchard Central? Orchard Central.
Orchard Central. Wait, so is that the only store? I think they have more than one, right?
They're opening more.
Ooh, so really well done.
It was so crowded, I couldn't get one because the line was too long. I didn't have time.
It's really that good, Mr. Young.
Well, I don't know like how good it is, but I know it's very popular. So there you go. And that leads me...
Wait, so if they're sponsored by... SPW is being sponsored by them, is there a high chance that they might have cheeseburgers there?
I don't know, maybe. There might be a food truck. Yeah.
Ooh, that might be a reason to go as well.
You know what there is going to be? A 6-man battle royale with cheese. This is literally called 6-man battle royale with cheese. They all look like they're damn hungry.
Is this like the same kind of collaboration? Remember that time Street Profits did like a collaboration with Pizza Hut or something, and they fought with Pizza in the ring?
Yes, this seems like it. Okay, so I'm going to read you what the caption says. NBCB Championship. This is there's a NBCB Championship, okay? So I don't know if they're going to hold up a giant burger at the end or what, but CK Vin, Destroyer Dama, Homeless Riz. Have we seen Homeless Riz before?
Is he like repackaged?
I don't know.
Tell.
Trickster, we know Trickster, Meta, and Sultan Singh. So it's a 6-man battle royale with cheese.
They're bringing in the Indian wrestler all the way just to fight with cheese.
I don't know what's going on here, but hey, this is it's one of those sponsored things lah. Like you said, that time got pizza in the Pizza Hut challenge, and then
Here's what I want to see. I want to see Sultan Singh and Dharma square up against each other and rub cheeseburger sauce all over their oily man body.
Bro, what's wrong with you, man? Why are you giving them ideas? Rubbing cheese all over. Is this one of those like fantasies?
No,
that
it's not.
We do not kink shame, okay? Like every kink is acceptable, but just
no. I just
TMI,
really
bro.
miss, I just really miss Michael Nakazawa on my screen. That's all.
Oh no! As the less I see of Nakazawa, the better. You just never
But,
show back up. That's fine.
I guess we have to analyze this. Who's your favorite, bro, to win this match?
Dama to just throw everybody out of the ring and then eat like a cheeseburger. I don't know what the stakes are.
Oh my god, you know what I want him to do? Like
What?
right before he does his power stamp, he's like, "It's my cheat day." Then he eats the burger and then he slammed them.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, if anything, this should be a fun match.
Yeah,
Maybe a
for
bit
sure.
of comedy, a bit of a comedy match. You know what I mean?
Bro, it's great sponsorship for this NC what?
NBCV lah.
NBCV. You see, I never get it right. But I know it's great because before today, I never even heard of this burger joint. Now I want to check it out. So,
Really? Wow. Okay. There you go. Main event then, Southeast Asia Championship. Aiden Rex versus Black Arrow.
so
this is going to be a high-flying match.
Yeah, so Aiden Rex, right, has been on a roll ever since winning the title from Statement, of course. He's the top of the card. So SPW is doing great work because they're pushing, their talent. I mean, he's not like a young talent. He's been there for a minute, but he's never gotten, I guess, the appreciation or the adulation of the crowd yet. So this is his way to prove himself as a fighting champion, bro.
Yeah, it is his moment, and this should be a really, really good proving yourself match. I don't see him losing the title, not this soon. Anyway.
Yeah, but Black Arrow is an OG in SPW, so he's been there since the beginning. So he's not an easy opponent to fight against.
Sure. I mean, hey, we know that SPW always puts on a great show. So if you're going this Friday, enjoy, you guys.
Yeah, man. Hey, anyone on the chat that's going, please say a shout out to our boy because our intern Sally will be there filming some content as well. Yeah. And interviewing some of the wrestlers. So next week, I won't be around because I'm flying off for my holiday. But we will definitely have some content from SPW's show this Friday to put out on our YouTube channel as well.
That's right. So just a quick mention for next week, like you mentioned, you won't be around, right? We will still put out a video on YouTube. We'll have our reactions to the WWE Extreme Rules. We'll have coverage from SPW courtesy of our boy Saleh as well. So it's gonna be, you're gonna get your wrestling appetite satisfied. And I'm not just talking about because there are cheeseburgers involved.
Yeah, man, don't worry. I will shoot my reaction all the way from Perth, man. Like I will talk about Extreme Rules from there, so no problem.
Yeah. This is how much Foreign loves wrestling and loves us all, okay? He's going to be like hiding in the toilet while on his vacation, just sneaking in some Extreme Rules.
Can either that or I will make sure when my girlfriend go out with her friends, right? I was like, oh wait, I need to stay at home for a bit, I need to stretch, Then I'm like, then we can do our podcast.
There you go. Is Saleh going to be on Kick? He was on the show like what was that? The one where we did the Grapple Max one. So he did his roving reports and everything. So yes, he will be a feature on the show.
Correct. Do you guys like what's your reactions? What's your feedback to having Saleh come on board and doing sort of content? Because if you guys see all the cool memes that has been on Kick to the Gut, that's all him, man. The Adam Levine one. I love my ass off, yeah.
that what was that? That body is absurd.
Yeah, then the podcast is absurd.
Absurd. Adam Levine, that fella, another one.
Another one, huh?
Okay, so there you go. That's SPW, cream of the crop. And like we mentioned, that's happening this week, right? There will be one more SPW event, their 10th year anniversary. Akan datang. Watch this space. Going to be a lot of exciting news, apparently.
Yes, apparently. Speculating.
Okay, if you haven't already joined our Discord, do so. The link is in the description. Oh, it just popped up in chat as well. So come hang out there. If you haven't also, please do us a favor and hit like on the stream as well. And we have a Patreon page. So if you want to take your support of the podcast to the next level, if you want to, take our relationship to the next level. Oh, that one all of a sudden awkward, yeah.
You make it awkward, bro.
You can do it. The link is in the description. Let's go.
Bro. Rishi has already taken the relationship to the next level. He already called us his drug, bro.
Bruh, no, he's saying you lah because you have to sneak in the Kick to the Gut content while you're away lah.
Oh, he said it's me lah. No, it's not. This is not a drug. This is not a responsibility. This is passion. Passion for wrestling, for you guys.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's move on to WWE Extreme Rules.
Okay, before we move on, I need to acknowledge what Suhu says. Suhu say Saleh looks like Lukman Podolski. Do you know this YouTuber? Or not?
No, I don't know who this fella.
Oh my god, he's a fucking funny guy it's like a Malaysian YouTuber. One day I will show a comparison side by side, you'll see it's exactly the same. Correct, bro. So we hired him specifically because he looks like a YouTuber.
He doesn't look like this fella.
Oh my god.
Only because got the long hair, right?
Long hair and the specs. I know.
Okay, fine.
I think you will appreciate hearing that.
Right. Okay, let's talk WWE. And like we mentioned, we've only really just eyeballed today's Raw results, and just eyeballing it doesn't seem like a lot will change leading up to Extreme Rules. I don't know if you guys, saw anything that was crazy. Please let us know in chat, okay? If you've actually watched Raw already.
Yeah, I think for what I see, Triple H is kind of on autopilot for Extreme Rules. Not that it's a bad thing. I think he kind of already have all his pieces set in play.
Yep.
And he's just clearing these weeks of TV, just one final push to Extreme Rules. Because we know his main attention is on what going forward, right?
Crown Jewel and then Survivor Series, the big ones. But for a B, quote unquote, a B pay-per-view, premium live event, I mean, this max of old school Attitude Era TLC Extreme Rules type where every match is a gimmick match, right? I hope he doesn't go overboard with the gimmicks in the future. Like, we know War Games is coming up, right? So I guess, for one Extreme Rules, cover one eye, it's called Extreme Rules, every match is a gimmick, fine. But as long as he doesn't overdo it like AEW.
I don't think he will, because when he was in NXT, in charge of NXT, he didn't go over. I think he focused it a lot on the wrestling aspect as well.
Yes. And the gimmicks did come in once in a while, but for whatever reason, in the past few years, Extreme Rules only had 2 Extreme Rules match or some lame shit. So it was always fans were like, how is this extreme?
Bro, remember eye for an eye match?
Oh god, yeah.
The Swarm fight.
Well, what was that? Extreme Rules Horror Show or something like that, right? That year.
Yeah. It was that one year. That was 2020. But you know what? I don't even remember what happened last year's Extreme Rules. Can anybody jog my memory?
It was not happening, that's why. Let's focus on this year. It is in Philadelphia, interestingly enough.
The home of Extreme.
So the people there should be quite predisposed to extreme wrestling, right? Yeah. Sadly, Paul Heyman won't be there.
Unfortunately, but we have the bloodline. We have other people as well to represent the bloodline over there.
And Nolan, nobody in the bloodline is involved in this card, bro.
Bro, wait for Friday, bro. Wait for Friday.
Oh, you think so? You think they'll add another match? Okay, look, everybody that's pictured in our overlay today, right, is in the card.
It's literally the only people in the card.
I literally managed to squeeze everybody into our little background over here today. So these are all the matches, unless you're right, unless they add. But you know what? I'm kind of okay with them not adding any more matches. Six gimmick matches in a row. I think it will be very tiresome if there's a 7th.
I would want to have the most over guy in pro wrestling right now on the show.
What, Roman?
And I'm not talking Roman, I'm talking about Sami Zayn. We need some presence of the bloodline, some storyline sprinkling. Maybe Sami Zayn comes out, do a promo.
Sure.
Or do some, what do you call it? Isn't technically Jimmy and Jay, they have their tag team titles also available as well?
I think they're just going to keep the bloodline away, keep it as a, main attraction draw. Considering the fact that one faction is holding all the gold right now, they have, based on the gimmicks, crafted a kind of must-watch pay-per-view. So kudos to them for being able to do that. My question is, right, which is going to be the main event here? Because there are several contenders for quote-unquote main event. Right, so we'll go through the card and we'll see which one can stand out as the main event. Well, first of all, this one definitely won't be the main event, but it's still going to be a hell of a brawl. It's a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match between the Brawling Brutes and Imperium.
I love it, man. I mean, of course, I'm actually more looking forward towards
SmackDown.
Gunther versus Sheamus. Is that going to be the one-on-one match? Is it this coming week? This
coming SmackDown. So it's going to be Gunther versus Sheamus 2 lah. They are sort of bringing back around their big Cardiff battle, match of the year. Can they top themselves? I feel like because this is going to be on free TV, it's going to be a big schmoz.
I was just about to say that as well,
Yeah.
because I feel like they won't be able to put the focus on them to have a great match, because it's gonna lead to shenanigans to build up hype for this Sunday.
Yeah, it's going to be a big schmoz. And if anything, this could be the way that Sheamus picks up the victory. So it's, like they got 1-1, make it even so they can have a third match in a cage maybe somewhere down the line.
Yeah, exactly. So at the end of the day, Sheamus and Gunther, I think, has been doing great work. And the fun thing is, right, this is the mid-card scene in SmackDown, but it's a selling point. Like, people aren't bored by it.
Yeah, thank goodness, right? But here's the thing. I have not an issue, but a slight gripe with Sheamus. So yeah, he's been repackaged a few times. He's had different music, but he's one of those guys like Dolph Ziggler. Like, he's been there like Natalia. He's been there so long. It's like nothing new. He's been sort of like the same version, like slightly different version of the same guy. So I'm not saying I'm bored of him, but I'm kind of bored of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, but the thing is, he's like comfort food lah. He's like filet fish, bro. He literally looks like filet fish, bro.
His skin so white like the fish, huh?
Yeah, it's like you will appreciate him when he's there, but you kind of like take him for granted. Like, you're like, it's Sheamus, but like you like him there.
Yeah, should he go away for half a year, for 8 months, just so people miss him? And Rishi brings up a good point. Should Sheamus win the title eventually? I say no. I say Gunther is the guy who needs the giant push.
Yeah. I feel like maybe the time has passed by. If Sheamus won it not after Gunther, I don't mind. But Gunther is so hot right now, and I think he needs to be kept hot, because I feel like he is a main event material champion, in the future.
Yeah.
And Sheamus is really a veteran at this point, so the focus shouldn't be on Sheamus. Maybe it's like, just as a thank you that he win the IC title at least one more time.
Isn't the IC title the only title he hasn't won? Is there some sort of record at stake?
Yes, correct. So if he wins it, then he can become a Grand Slam. That was the storyline leading into Clash at the Castle.
Right. I wonder why they're not rehashing this storyline, like leading into like the third match or something like that, Maybe they're saving it for Crown Jewel or Survivor Series. I think both spots for him to win the title feels like a much bigger deal as well. Yeah. Unfortunately, like I said, because he has that Dolph Ziggler vibe, because, he was losing quite a lot for a long time as well, right?
Yeah.
It's become a case of, okay, we know what he's here to do, is to put over the new guys. So in a sense, it doesn't give me a lot of like, this is going to be a competitive match, because we know who's going to win,
Yeah. Yeah, and also the thing about Sheamus is like, I feel like the whole point of this whole group is not to build Sheamus, is to push the likes of Rich Holland and Pete Dunne. And interestingly enough, remember that one match that they had last week or 2 weeks ago on SmackDown where they challenged for the titles against Jimmy and Jay?
Yeah.
Like, literally the crowd was hot for Rich Holland and Pete Dunne. The reaction for them was so good.
Yeah.
And it's Rich Holland, bro. Remember?
No
one gave a shit about Rich Holland.
I mean, it's weird, right? No, that's exactly it. I thought they were getting a push suddenly, and the crowd reaction was there for them, based off of what Sheamus and good old Gunther did. So we'll see lah. Hopefully, this dissension amongst Sami Zayn and Jey Uso leads to some kind of title change. I don't want to say it's stale, because the bloodline is still quite hot and fresh, but them holding up so many titles is a bit of an issue at this point.
I believe they're going to drop the titles at Survivor Series. Whether it's the tag titles, I think it's the tag titles are going to drop first lah. And then it will make sense to have that whole storyline with Sami Zayn and Jay heading into the new year.
Yeah. Can you imagine though, like Sami Zayn obviously is on the hottest streak of his career. Like, people are cheering him, right? Can you imagine if he wins? I know I hate taking the IC title away from Gunther, but can you imagine if he wins the IC title and literally everyone in the bloodline has a title? Well, except for Solo, I guess.
I mean, no, I think Sami deserves a title. I think for this year alone, don't you think in a weird way, this is his best year in WWE?
Yeah. Let him win the US title? I don't know.
Yeah. I would say let him win the 24/7 title.
What, bro? That thing has disappeared, by the way.
Yeah. Triple H
what? But bro, what if? Hear me out. Survivor Series, the Usos versus Solo Sikoa and Sami Zayn. Somehow they
Wow.
secure a number one contender spot. And that leads to the foundation starting to crack. Because technically Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa, they are kind of a tag team right now, right?
Yeah, like buddy a bit, huh?
Yeah, so I wonder, could they be working towards that? Then Jay can be like, oh, see, I knew this guy all along is trying to turn, my bro against me, blah, 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 that kind of thing. But then Solo is like, actually, I want to win title also,
Bro, did you see the tweet? I think it's a tweet or like a social media post that Sami Zayn did regarding addressing Jey Uso. I think it's damn cerebral, bro.
Yeah.
And it was
What did he do, yeah?
He was like, only people who, it's normal for people who have been hurt before to not trust anyone. I understand. Fucking gaslight him, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? I love it, lah. Like, he's literally doing the best work of his WWE career right now.
Yeah, for sure. And I hope, and we all of us as fans are excited to see where it leads to.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's a great payoff, lah.
Is it too much of a stretch for him to win the undisputed title somehow by some fluke way?
I don't know, man, because he doesn't look like when he was in NXT Sami Zayn, he looked believable as a champion, like he got the size. But I think he just kind of gave up on exercising.
No, but it fits his current character, as in this crazy conspiracy guy, right?
Yeah, he's like this smarmy, like a bit undersized guy, but I don't know, not as a top star. Like maybe like a Mick Foley style champion, maybe.
That's the thing. I always go back to either Mick Foley winning the title, nobody expects it, or Chris Jericho beating Triple H for the title but having it taken away from him. Remember that one episode of Raw?
Yeah, that was a great episode.
I feel like it could be something like that where Sami Zayn somehow through some mechanic wins the undisputed title, and then the next episode he has to return the title somehow, but then he doesn't because he's champ now, right? Like, obviously all this is fantasy booking lah, but it would be nice to see. I'm not gonna lie, I think the crowd would just explode for it.
Oh my god, it would be great character development. Can you imagine when Roman told him to take off the shirt, right? The crowd anxiety for him was so huge,
bro. And then when he Reigns gave him the honorary Uso shirt, the crowd popped so hard. Like, wow.
When you watched it, did they catch you in your feels, sir?
Bro, I saw the clip because I didn't watch it live. I saw the clip on Instagram. I got the chills. Then when I watched SmackDown, I got the chills again. I was like, that is quality pro wrestling. This is wrestling at its best. Sports entertainment at its best. Like, they spent 20 minutes cutting a promo that was more interesting than any match, unfortunately.
it's just high level drama. So like, if wrestling is great, right? It's super compelling television, and it's just literally somebody taking off a shirt and wearing a shirt.
Yeah, it is, right? So well done, kudos to them. The right people doing the right things, even down to Jey Uso having a bit of that jealousy. Because if you take Jey Uso out of that equation, maybe it's not so special already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what's interesting? Like, we talk about what's wrong with WWE, like WWE's flaws. I realized a couple of things that WWE do really, really well, and it's very underrated. Like, WWE really does a lot of great like multi-man matches, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah.
They know how to tell great tag team stories, like the drama and then the hot tag. Things of that nature, they don't show that in AEW.
You know why, right? Because they have NXT. They have a proper training school. AEW
is there.
AEW, they just anyhow. And it's the very definition of, we just anyhow. On Dark, nobody's teaching them. Or if people are teaching them, nobody's listening.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, Hangman.
So like WWE does they do high drama really well as well.
Yep. They do big moments.
Yeah, there are moments. They always say they are moment-based WrestleMania moments, right?
Yeah. Like, Rumble moments, WrestleMania moments, exactly. Because like Vince has always said before, right? Honestly, if you have an amazing moment, nobody remembers what happened in the match. Nobody cares if you botched this move, that, and the other. People just remember the moments.
Yeah. So like, even if you're 30 years, 20 years from now, right? No one really remembers The Rock's matches.
Nope.
They just remember his great promos.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is a shame because he was a very good worker as well. Like, he sold his ass off a lot back in the day.
It was great.
But see, like, I feel like being the good worker brought him to where he was. And then, of course, you add on the charisma and the push and everything. It was like the perfect storm. But okay, let's move on. This is just going to be a big, giant Donnybrook, I guess. I don't know how they're going to balance it. Like, I hope they confine each match to a certain number of weapons and spots, you know? Like, if, let's say, every match they're going to bring out a kendo stick, well, that's going to be very boring. Or every match has a title, has a table break.
I hope one person can only use one weapon that entire night. So if somebody uses a table spot, that's the only time a table is going to be shown.
Exactly, right? So, and this will go towards like their bookers, their producers sort of coming together and saying, okay, these are the ground rules, have fun within your rule set, but don't go over it. Unlike AEW, we all know, this is, okay, anybody do everything lah, everybody bleed the whole pay-per-view, all blood also can.
All 5 matches got tope suicidas.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, I don't think this will be the main event. This is definitely going to be an interesting one, though. Edge versus Finn Balor. The I Quit match that kind of came out of nowhere, not going to lie.
Apparently they kind of announced it just this past week.
Yeah.
I just saw Raw a bit of some clips, right, where AJ Styles got beaten up as well.
Yeah.
So
last week.
AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, they're all going to be involved somehow, in my opinion. Like holding off the rest of the Judgment Day while the two of them fight.
Right. Didn't they have a match at, where was it? Was it Crown Jewel?
Crown Jewel, but it's a tag team match.
Tag team match. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't know why, but I feel like this is one of those matches they had to shoehorn a gimmick a bit last minute. It doesn't feel like, even though, yes, they kicked Edge out, I don't want to say an issue with Finn, because we all know how talented he is, right? But do you see him as the leader of the Judgment Day?
I do actually.
Yeah?
But I feel like he just needs more mic time, because we remember how he was as the Prince in NXT.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I don't think it has translated well to his main roster character, or this version of it anyway. Like when you put him with freaking Damian Priest, who sounds like a growly man, like, you know, like Damian Priest comes off more as the leader of Judgment Day than Finn Balor.
Some days I feel it's Damian Priest, some days I feel it's Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a collective, everybody, you know, equal share, except for Dom lah. Dom is just like, you know, the lackey.
Yeah, one thing we can agree is not Dom lah.
No, it's not Dom for sure.
Yeah.
Fias, what's up, dude? It's good to see you. Fias missed all the wrestling stuff over the weekend because of the football derby.
Oh, it's okay, man. There's no wrestling that's worth. The only wrestling that's worth keeping up is this preview show right now. So just join. Come and join us here.
Let's go.
What I wanted to say was, there's some reports that Triple H is clearly high on making Finn Balor like a top star again.
Yeah, and maybe this is the way to do it lah, to have him go over and force Edge to quit, right? Edge is going to put him over.
Yeah, one thing they've done right, because Judgment Day has had some like wobbles, but I think now they're booking them strongly. I can see them being a top faction just with time.
Yeah.
Maybe big enough to even be challenging the Bloodline. You never know.
I just don't buy Finn Balor as the group leader. I don't know if it's because he looks tiny when standing next to Damian Priest. He looks like Damian Priest's lackey. I'm sorry.
Really? I mean, they always say the big size guy is always like the underboss, you know, like the bodyguard.
Yeah.
Which just reminds me, you know, I just figured out in my head what was the main event of Extreme Rules last year.
What?
Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns for the title.
Oh my God! Yes.
Remember that stupid one where he tripped on the top rope?
Yeah. Oh, was it the turnbuckle burst?
Break.
And then there was no explanation as to why.
No explanation. Then after that, he slid down the car. He became like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the other thing. Maybe he needs to bring back some sort of a demon Balor or something. But right now, I don't see him as the leader. If anybody, Priest is the leader.
I still have faith in him, but I love Priest. I think Priest, with each every day, right, he looks like a Puerto Rican Undertaker.
He does.
I like it.
Who should win the I Quit match?
Well, how many times does Edge want to go home? You tell me first.
Yeah, I know. He keeps like getting killed and then makes his return. Makes his return. So that's right. Like if he wins, it's like, and to be honest, I feel like Judgment Day have been on the ass end of a lot of decisions. They've lost a lot more matches than they've won, I feel like.
Yeah, they deserve a break. And I think at this point in his career, I think Edge can just like lose as many times
Yeah.
as he wants. It doesn't really matter.
No, but this one is I quit leh. So I don't know. Will this be like sort of the impetus of they beat down Edge and then he takes another 3-4 months off and then he comes back with Beth and then we do Finn and Rhea versus Edge and
Ooh.
Beth Phoenix.
What if they bring out Beth and threaten to like snap her neck or something, and then she quit because of that?
Oh, maybe. Or they use Dominic. They threaten bodily harm on Dominic and then like Ray comes out to beg Edge, please save my son, say you quit. But they did that already.
Yeah.
With Roman Reigns and one of the Usos. Which Uso was it?
Jay and Jimmy. Jimmy was the one that was attacked.
Yeah. Hey, actually, interestingly enough, they reposted that on the WWE social media. Do you think they are foreshadowing the finish for this?
You never know. So like I said, there's a lot of permutations, and I think the fact it's an I Quit match, and all of them got like factions and people who got issues with them, with Edge, Rey Mysterio, and AJ Styles. Yeah, I think there's some potential to bring Judgment Day over as well.
As long as they don't go with the worst I Quit match finish of all time.
Was it the duct tape?
Huh?
Okay, you don't remember the duct tape. What finish you're talking about?
Wasn't there one where The Rock versus Mankind and then The Rock got somebody to play Mankind saying, I quit. But his Bede one is like, he recorded it from previous, like, what a stupid finish, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay, no, I don't think it's that bad. But I hope it's interesting. And you know what? Edge likes Finn Balor. So I think Edge definitely want to push Finn Balor up the card.
I hope so. I don't know, remember Finn Balor, you talked about his character, like his prince thing on NXT, right?
Yeah.
He was a solo. So he looked intimidating because he looked like this lone wolf badass. Mm-hmm. I think the visual problem here is you put him next to Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, he looks tinier than both of them. And he hasn't been portrayed as the mastermind. He's been portrayed as one of the boys. So visually, that's why I cannot take him seriously as the leader.
Yeah, but again, give him time. I think he will prove people wrong because he just needs a chance, right? So that's what he's been missing on the main roster. So give some time.
Okay, now we have the 4 matches. I think all of them have an argument that could be the main event. But I don't think this one will be the main event because it's Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. If anything, maybe this one can kick off the match, right? Because it's for a title, the SmackDown Women's Championship. Interestingly enough, there are 2 championships only on this card, and they're both the Women's Championships.
And both have like pretty awesome stipulations, in my opinion, lah.
Well, okay, to be fair, Liv versus Ronda is Extreme Rules, which is just anything, lah, whatever.
Yeah, so clearly Ronda is just going to try to destroy her with just her bare hands. And Liv Morgan is just going to use kendo sticks everywhere.
Yeah, kendo sticks, baseball bats, that kind of thing. Actually, I was about to say, why didn't they just make this a submission match? Then I realized there's an I Quit match. So I Quit and submission kind of the same, similar, right?
The I Quit is random.
Yeah, it's super random. Like, honestly, I would have made this a submission match and then lean towards like, oh, Ronda Rousey is like, I'm a freaking MMA person. This is my realm. You're going to be so fucked, Yeah,
but if that's the case, for a fact Liv Morgan is going to be overmatched. Yeah. So I think this Extreme Rule is just giving Liv Morgan an opportunity to like equalize the situation, right?
Has Liv Morgan's popularity declined ever since she won the title?
But you know what? You can say that about every other wrestler, in my opinion.
Well, except for Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns for sure, but Bianca Belair, boring now. Liv Morgan don't need to say it. You know what? Even Lashley had a great match on Raw today. Like he fought against Ali, another underexposed guy. And I mean, like I think people just don't like when you are a dominant champion or when you have reached the summit. They like the chase, lah.
Yeah, sure. There's that too. But I think visually she looks completely undermatched, lah. When compared to Ronda Rousey, and she's not a great worker. Let's be real honest here. She looks like the one that just barely passed only. Really? And she does. I feel like she doesn't deserve. Not to say the one. That's a bad way of putting it. I don't think she's ready for that main event push. It's like I'm trying to think who was champion when they were not ready for it. I'm sure there are many examples, but I feel like
Jinder Mahal.
I dare say Jinder looked the part. Like, even though character-wise, it was like, okay, whatever, right? Out of the blue. But at least he looks like, oh, okay, I can buy him as a champion. When you look at Liv Morgan, she doesn't look like a champion to me.
Yeah. Underdog lah. Forever an underdog lah.
Yeah. But then again, she doesn't have an underdog character. I feel like her character work is lacking.
Okay, why is somebody like Alexa Bliss, who's much smaller than, Liv Morgan, can still come across as like, like a champion?
This was after years of her connive. She had that connive. The goddess was conniving. She, sneak attack. She would injure people. But then, when you first had her go up against Ronda destroyed her. What, remember?
Oh yeah, that's true. After all that, they cannot destroy.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. Like, watching this match, I like. They are going to come up with some fuck finish again, lah, because they definitely want to keep the title on Liv, right?
So you think they will sacrifice Ronda for Liv Morgan?
Ronda did say that she wanted to work with whoever was the most passionate. I remember there was something about that, and I guess that's Liv Morgan. So now she's probably going to give her the rub, like, and the excuse can be, well, this was a straight up brawl. Like, she whacked her with a fucking fire extinguisher or whatever.
The most compelling thing about the whole storyline, right, wasn't like Liv Morgan's interactions with Ronda. It was Ronda trying to attack freaking Adam Pearce, remember?
Yeah.
Adam Pearce calling her a bitch. So Adam Pearce is the real rival to Ronda Rousey right now.
Yeah, so nothing about this is interesting to me, lah. Like, unless really Liv Morgan beats Ronda Rousey clean, which I don't think should happen. I think it's a terrible idea. I still think that Liv is, I don't know. I don't know how she can win. Use a forklift.
Oh dear gosh. Maybe. But I think Liv Morgan, like, you're right, Liv Morgan's gonna keep the title.
Yeah.
But it's to the detriment of Ronda Rousey. I don't know. Maybe Adam Pearce returns.
To screw Ronda Rousey over, how about Sonya Deville turns on Ronda Rousey? And then we can get that feud. Ronda versus... wait, did I say Sonya Deville? No, I mean Shayna Baszler. Yeah. Because they have the history. I'm sure they would love working with each other. They can have a feud outside of Liv Morgan and her title run. And then she can go off and feud with Shotzi or Aaliyah or some shit like that.
Yeah, actually, honestly, I don't mind taking Ronda out of the title picture and having like a personal feud with Shayna. I think that would be pretty dope.
But if they do, like I said, like, who the hell would Liv Morgan feud with?
Aaliyah.
But Aaliyah's a face.
Lacey Evans.
Oh my god, you talk about somebody that has slid right off. Like, you remember when they were so hot on her, first with the pinup girl idea, and then after that she came back with her sob story, stories of triumph, and then just completely, like, I don't know what happened. Somebody soured on her. Like, why? Like, she is literally the cheap version of Charlotte. That's a terrible thing to say.
You can get her to be the champion in the meantime. At least she's a believable looking champion.
Yeah, and her work is not amazing, but it's definitely possible, right? She's like a budget Charlotte, and since Charlotte is away, you could have her be dominant somehow. So yeah, Liv versus Lacey Evans would be a great feud. But of course, Liv destroyed her already, put her through a table, so she's probably going to be out for a while. I don't know what's going on there.
Maybe the person that's going to take the title off of Liv Morgan is a returning Charlotte.
Oh, wow! Then people will really have the ammo to F Charlotte up. Say, why you always come back? You must take title. Why like this? Sian already again. Same old shit.
Oh no! But you know what? I'm still a fan of Liv Morgan because to me, she will always be remembered by that iconic promo that she did.
Which one?
Come on, bruh. You wanna go, bruh? Yeah, bruh.
Yeah, bruh. Oh, Zelina Vega. Come on, bruh. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, she's a child. She comes across as a young girl. And maybe that's the market they're going for. I don't know, but she does not seem like championship level. Anyway, let's move on from this, okay? Okay, 3 more matches. Which one is going to be the main event? We got Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Ladder match for the Raw Women's Championship. Could this be the main event?
It could, it should, but I don't think it will.
Same. I agree. If anything, this might just be the very first match to get everybody heated up, right?
Yeah. It's a great match on paper. Bianca versus Bayley. Come on, ladder match. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, everyone's going to get involved, though. Dakota Sky, Dakota Kai and Io Sky. I'm just going to call them Dakota Sky. Okay, two of them in one. Dakota Sky, Bliska. You know, they are definitely going to get involved somehow.
Yeah. The reason why I say it wouldn't is because as great as the match is on paper, the story going into it doesn't feel that hot yet. Like it hasn't heated up to the point that you want to see them fight in a ladder match.
Do you think, okay, then let's skip ahead then. Do you think that it would do Bianca a favor by having the title taken away from her? Put her back in chase mode.
And then get Bailey as a champion, right?
Yeah.
I think they should literally make the Damage Control lead the Raw division, the women's titles over there, for sure.
Yeah. And then have like a lot more different contenders maybe coming up. I don't know. This could lead to the breakup of Bianca, Alexa, and Asuka because, you know, now all of them want a shot at Bailey, right?
Yeah. And I think Bianca, like you said, she just doesn't seem to be compelling as a champion once she's a champion. She's great for those WrestleMania moments when she's like chasing the title, winning the title.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Bailey because Bailey had a great run as champion in 2020, if you remember as well, during the pandemic. Yeah, why not? Put the title back on Bailey. I think she will be a great and remember, War Games is coming up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So there you go. I mean, it's kind of set up right there, right? You got Bailey and her group, Damage Control versus Bianca and this group. That's the other thing though. Like, okay, who else can you add to this mishmash? You add people from SmackDown, so you add like, I don't know, Raquel Gonzalez.
I would say, okay, wait, did all War Games matches are 5 people, right? Each?
Yeah. So you need at least 2 more on each side here.
Well, for the good people side, I guess you can have Candice LeRae can join.
Bro, they call them faces, bro.
Yes. I have no idea why my
good people, the good people side.
Bro, my terminology all over the place, bro.
The good people side. Candice LeRae, sure.
Candice LeRae would be great addition as a 4th person. What other heels are there on Raw for the women? What happened to Dewdrop and Nikki ASH?
I don't know. Apparently, Alexa Bliss is due for some sort of alignment change or, you know, some darker character. I don't know, but I hope she gets a refresh very soon because ever since she came back from her therapy, she's been boring.
I didn't know the therapy will suck the personality out of you, lah.
Yes. Okay, so Bianca Belair, Bailey. I would like Bailey to win actually because I hate to say it, I'm kind of bored with Bianca. And Bailey is arguably one of the best heel characters on the mic, men and women.
For sure, she's grating. I think she is definitely can command attention. That's why I like her as a champion because someone like her should start the show. Should be holding fort in the ring as well.
Yeah. Or maybe actually thinking ahead to War Games, when are Naomi and Sasha Banks coming back? That's 2 faces you can add to the face team already.
Yeah, so why not? So you have it already, what? So it's the Belair,
Bianca, Bliss, Asuka, Bailey, not Bailey, sorry, Sasha and Naomi.
And then on the other side, I wanted to say Toxic Attraction. Then I realized no.
Damage Control and Toxic Attraction? Idea, maybe.
Villain team, bro.
Yeah, they could bring them up at some point, right? Okay, let's move on then. We have, we have about 15 minutes left because I know you got to go do your work stuff. So if that's not the main event, then is it going to be Matt Riddle versus Seth freaking Rollins with Daniel Cormier, UFC veteran, Hall of Famer, former heavyweight and light heavyweight champion, as the special guest referee?
By like mainstream appeal alone, this should be the main event. But I don't think so as well.
Yeah.
I don't think so as well.
That's kind of why I brought this one here up. Here. You see, you can tell where my head is at already. It's a fight pit match. Okay, so it's that cage that has several levels, right? I don't know if they're going to use weapons here. I don't think so. Because the previous fight pit, I can't remember, I don't think had weapons. It was just the cage. The cage was the weapon, right?
Yeah, it was just that. It's like a UFC cage, like, in the sense that the fight will be, starting in the ring, and they are gonna focus on just doing the moves. And I don't think
Yeah.
they will use the cage that much. It's literally just them beating the hell out of each other.
You think, okay, if you remember the original fight cage, there were levels, so you could actually climb to the second level to jump off. There was like a platform on the second level.
Yeah.
So
It's
because
like
if it was just a cage, then it would just be a cage match. This is a fight pit, as it
He
were.
did a floating bro or something, right, on Timothy Thatcher in that one match.
So the question is, will Daniel Cormier be like special guest referee, as in he's going to be in the ring with them, or he's going to be outside, like special, the second referee?
I think he will be inside. He'll be like a Herb Dean, trying to break them out while they are doing all their moves.
I don't know how long he's trained for this, but okay, some timing issues maybe.
Maybe that's the appeal, right? That's the appeal. Well, you want to see how Cormier mixes up with the rest of them.
Yeah. And then maybe Seth gets out of line, and then, Daniel Cormier has to like wrestle him to the ground, a la Ken Shamrock. Remember? Austin versus Bret Hart, Ken Shamrock, special guest referee.
Remember when Ken Shamrock threw like Bret Hart around? Scary, like, who the hell this guy got superhuman strength?
Exactly, and that was a great entrance, sort of intro to Ken Shamrock. Because he signed the contract after that, right?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm a fan of this match. I'm a fan of the rivalry going into it. I think this past Raw as well, he did something about attacking, like you can't even see your kids. He said something along those lines. So I think Riddle is giving all this green light. Like, you know what, talk shit about my personal life. I think that was a great way to build heat, and he's serious as well in this match.
Didn't they have legit heat for a long time, and then now they're actually working together? So, I mean, kudos to their professionalism. Young Bucks, CM Punk, please take note.
Yeah, exactly.
And they are, quote-unquote, drawing money and putting together, like, the whole thing with Daniel Cormier. Interestingly enough, Daniel Cormier, John Jones was the whole, I think, inspiration for their, the on-screen, sort of that off-air segment that they did that one time.
It's so great. You know why? Like, I feel like because of that segment, they managed to get Cormier to come on board. Probably they were like, hey, they are paying homage to you guys. Ariel Helwani said himself, he actually sent a text to Cormier.
Right.
Like, do you watch Raw? And he actually checked out Raw because of that.
Oh, wow. Okay, I mean, but we all know that he's a WWE or pro wrestling fan. He's always been. So it's not like anything new to him, right? So, yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting. There's an argument to be made, though, that this could be the last match, if anything, because of the setup, because there's that giant cage.
Yeah, that's true. Or it could be the first match.
Oh yeah, that as well. Okay, let's move on then. Who wins? Who wins here?
I think. Okay, Rollins won the previous match. He got a victory at Clash. And Riddle hasn't had. I think they need to go 1-1. Then after that, they can fight a blow-off match.
And this gives Seth an excuse as well. Seth can say, oh, this was your match. You had your guy refereeing. Of course you won, right? So at least, even if he loses, there's an excuse. There is an excuse for a third match, the rubber match.
And the third match will be at Crown Jewel, in my opinion.
Sure. And what kind of match? Well, we'll see lah. Main event then. Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross. See, that's the thing. The more I think about it, right, like, something about Karrion Kross still doesn't click for me. Like, I don't know if you feel the same way, but yeah, he got the spooky stuff. But there's something, like, I like him with hair, don't get me wrong. Like, his botak look was he looked like egghead, like, he looked a bit weird, But
you need to see last Friday night or last Saturday SmackDown.
Okay.
He did a promo where it was this very theatrical, like, Joker kind of promo. Do you see that?
Yes, I did. My issue is I think there are too many dark, foggy, backstage. I think that's the problem. I think he's doing too much of that shit. When you throw him in the ring with a mic, he doesn't have the punch. And that is what you need. Ultimately, any strong main eventer needs to be able to do that, to deliver a promo like he's saying it, as opposed to he thought it out in his head and he's following his points. That was Aleister Black or Malachi Black's issue. Like, everything felt way too prepared. Like he's reading a script, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I agree with Irvin. Like, I think you just need to give him time. I think he's been out of it for a while. The thing that I really like about him is his entire MO, right? His entire shtick right now is the fact that he has come in to change the timeline. which
Okay.
is like a great reference to like Marvel, and everyone's all about this multiverse and changing timelines and all that kind of shit. So I think he has a great selling
See,
point.
see,
What's
see, hang on though. I feel like that is cute, but I don't care. Like, change the time. Oh, yeah, as a Marvel fan, I appreciate it, but you have nothing to do with Marvel. This doesn't make you more of a badass. I would rather him come in and fuck people up and speak like a thug than, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
this whole like overly theatric stuff works on some people. I think it doesn't work for him.
Well, would you rather have him just come up straight up, beat people up, and then just cut like menacing promos, and then just have Scarlett by his side?
Yeah, yeah. I think so. I think, you see, like, I think that the overuse of theatrics, and the problem is everybody's using theatrics. Remember Undertaker? He was, at his time, he was only like one of very few people doing like the spooky "Ooh," and stuff. And he had the size and the build and the athleticism to back it up, right? So far, I don't see that out of Karrion Kross, as in his promos are not to that level of authenticity yet. Yet.
Remember when Cross was NXT champion and you said you didn't like Cross as NXT champion?
Yeah, same.
I remember. The thing about him, I think he's better off on the main roster anyway.
Yeah.
He's a theatric guy, and it's not his fault that everyone else is theatrical. But it's now the question of who can do it better. Like, can he do it better than Bray Wyatt? I don't think so.
Yeah,
You
so
know?
he's going to fall to the wayside once Bray Wyatt comes back, right?
Or you build him up strong enough that he can actually be a proper rival for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
With like both of them have this like like Undertaker and Kane, they have this symmetry, right? Again, I need to see his match with Drew McIntyre before I can decide, because who knows? He might be able to go toe to toe with Drew McIntyre. He might be able to even destroy him and come across looking really, really good. And then your tune will change. So
Actually, honestly, I feel like that's what needs to happen. I feel like Cross needs to. It's not going to be a squash, 5-minute squash, obviously, right? But in a lot of ways, I feel like Karrion Kross needs to obliterate Drew.
Yeah.
In a very visceral, disgusting way, like just fuck him up with that strap.
I almost feel like Drew needs to go away already. I'm not because I'm not happy with him or what, but I feel like he's done so much these last 2-3 years. I think he deserves a good break. He deserves that John Moxley holiday vacation that he was taking.
Yes. No, that's exactly it. I feel like Drew has become that guy, like a Sheamus. Like, oh, he's like, a good hand. He's very reliable. You don't give time to miss him. Like, he just had his thing against Roman Reigns, right? At Clash, and the opportunity was missed, whatever. Give him time away so that when he does come back, people will, feel excited. Because when was the last time he took a break?
Yeah, no, nothing. He's been all the way through the pandemic, never took a break. Give him that after that heartbreaking loss at Clash of the Castle, there's no way else but down. So I think this is a way to write him off of television and put over Cross, my opinion.
Yeah, no, exactly it. So Karrion Kross just straps the BDSM, spanks him to death.
Oh dear God.
No safe words. And
all the way, go all the way, bro.
All the way, and then Drew McIntyre has to disappear for a while, and then make his triumphant return at Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I don't mind. And maybe have a do-over, number 30, win again.
Yeah, or whatever. No, people will be hot. Can you imagine if he stays all the way until Royal Rumble? I think he would be cool.
Yeah. So give him time away, give him time for people to miss him. Put Cross on top, but the thing is it too early to be main eventing a pay-per-view? Who knows?
Okay, then again, let's say if he knocks off Drew, right? Who is Karrion Kross going to feud with next?
Karrion Kross.
Yeah,
Karrion Kross can put his sights towards Roman Reigns for all I care.
But that's heel,
which you've done before. And I don't think that WWE is against that right now. I would say keep him in the main event, because he didn't. The first thing he did was to confront both Drew McIntyre and Roman Reigns. So maybe in his mind, I've taken out Drew McIntyre, the number one contender.
Yep.
Now I can set my sights against Roman Reigns, and that could be a great, in my opinion, Survivor Series bout.
But if Karrion Kross wins, that's a heel winning the main event. So you can't have that, can you?
Why not?
So you need to send the fans home happy, bro.
Okay, so this is the perfect thing to talk about right before we end. What if after he wins, lights go down, White Rabbit starts playing, bro.
See, that's the thing. That's why I think that should be saved for Crown Jewel. When Roman Reigns eventually wins, the heel wins, and in order to not have a heel finish off the night, excuse me, I just sneezed. You have because Logan Paul is not fucking winning. Okay, let's be clear on that, right? That's where you get Bray Wyatt back. I feel like this would be too soon for Bray Wyatt to return.
No, I didn't say that she should return actually rules. I should say I would want White Rabbit to start playing at the end of the show, because if you realize, all this while it's been playing during commercial breaks. Hasn't been on television yet. So I want the first hints of Bray Wyatt dropping there, and I think it will let the fans speculating like as the show goes off air, in my opinion.
Don't you just love that WWE is leaning into this ARG thing? Like, go and Google ARG, and it's a whole subculture on the internet, right?
What was this?
Augmented reality game where people put up videos and they're all hints at certain things. There's a huge subgenre of like horror ARGs that are just amazing. Like, don't know, these people have so much time to go and do this type of content, but it's incredible.
So essentially, you're telling me Bray Wyatt hired some ARG marketing company and like, you know what? Help me do some clues.
Maybe he's a fan of ARG, so he wants to do his own. Like, here's the thing though, like with ARG content, right? A lot of it is super like the entire Reddit forums come together to decipher things. Like they will go into a website's code to see clues. Obviously, WWE fans are not going to be that involved, right? So far, the ARGs have been very simple. They play the music, they randomly flash a QR code, get the internet talking, low-key buzz, as it were.
I've seen like people on YouTube literally put out videos where they dissect every single thing. So they are really tapping into this, fan base where they are super into like, analysis and finding Easter eggs. So great for them.
Yeah. Unfortunately, like I've said before, their ARG clues are a bit caught. All the clues are next week, next show. It's like, okay, at one point it's like, you're just promoting the next show, that's all. Like, you need to give me a little bit more.
That's why they can't play it too long. That's why they gotta have some sort of reveal soon, or like some hint on television that, there's a date for it, right?
What if, it's not Bray Wyatt? Who else could the White Rabbit be?
Come on.
Like, what if?
They are gonna piss off the fan base if it's not Bray Wyatt. That's all I can say. What if?
True. What?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a repackaged Sasha Banks.
What? Sasha? Unless it's Neo from the Matrix.
She comes out in a White Rabbit costume.
No, what if the bunny makes a debut from AEW?
Oh, Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, it's me. It's me all along.
Can whatever it is lah. No, it's not. It's Bray Wyatt.
Okay.
Anything else, I will shit my pants.
Okay, well, there you go. Foreign has, spoken. If it's anything but Bray Wyatt, there will be shit in the pants. And with that, okay, it's time to call it a day. Everybody, thank you so much for spending your lunchtime with us. This will most likely be our new schedule, Tuesday afternoons at 12.
I hope this timing is okay for everyone. I know it's lunchtime. I hope you guys can makan and listen to us talk for a bit. We'll try to make it more compact. We love our 2-hour podcast, 2 hour 45 minutes, but it's just not possible with my current schedule. So we can't talk too much. If you want to talk, let's talk on the Discord as well. Yeah,
that's right. Discord link is in the description. Of course, Patreon link also in the description. If you haven't already, hit us up with a like on the video. And anything you want to say before we get out of here, bro?
Yeah, man. So, we're hitting episode 40, right, soon. Ooh. So once we are back, let's do that. And then we try to end this season at episode 45 because we just take one break in December.
Yeah.
And then we'll kick you back with season 6 just in time for Day 1, New Japan, Royal Rumble season, blah, blah, blah.
Oh my God. Yes.
Before we end the season, we need to do some sort of huge like end of year awards as well. So look out for that on the podcast channel soon.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Differalty says fastest podcast in Kick to the Gut history. It might just be. It might just be
1 hour 30 minutes, right?
Who'd have thought? The corporate overlords have spoken and their will shall be done, and we've been truncated because of them.
No 3-hour Raw, must go back to 2 hour, Succinct.
That until AEW has a pay-per-view and we just go off on a tangent for like 5 hours talking about that.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
We'll do it
that's-
2 parts. Every day we go out online on during lunch, right, to talk about the podcast.
Okay. Let's get out of here, everybody. Once again, thank you so much for hanging out on the podcast. If you just caught the podcast at the tail end or whatever it is, you can always watch the video on demand on YouTube or listen to us on Spotify and everywhere else you get your awesome podcasts. As always, it's Mr. Young.
Alice Fern in the building. Have a great week.
Kick to the gut. I like it.